Hello, Leavenworth! Welcome to your Leavenworth City Commission meeting. Please turn off or silence all cell phones during the meeting. Meetings are available for your viewing pleasure on YouTube. At this time, we'll call the meeting to order and do the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by silent meditation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, some small adjustments to the agenda tonight. If it is okay with the commission, we are going to move items number 7 and 8 before public comment. We have almost a page and a half full of public comment, and I know that the new commissioners want to get seated and their family are here, so if those family members don't want to hear public comment, I don't know why they wouldn't, because I know you guys have wonderful things to say, but we will allow them to go home. Is the commission okay with that? Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right, with that? All right, well, let's get this meeting started. First up is we have a mayor's award, a proclamation, and employee service awards. So I'm coming down. Christine, are you here? I've lost you in the crowd. I'm here. Where are you? Come on up. Oh, come on. So this is Christine, and tonight she's receiving the Mayor's Award because every Camp Leavenworth, she puts on this amazing 5K run, and it gets bigger and better every single year, and she does it pretty much all by herself. And so this year we had a record number of people turn out, and it's just amazing all the hard work that you put into it. But I want to tell a little bit about Christine because she's an amazing human being. And she's also my neighbor, which is awesome. Christine learned to fly an airplane when she was in junior high school. Christine had a 4.0 while working 20 hours a week at the Corner Pharmacy. Do you remember the Corner Pharmacy? Yep, it's now First City Photo. And she was appeared on Channel 5 News in Kansas City. And what's really neat is she's been doing public service pretty much all her life because she was chosen by the Leavenworth Chamber of Commerce as a Junior Citizen of the Year, and you're still serving the community. So, you don't have to. You didn't have to put out you didn't have to put out your age, but she's also doesn't just do these 5Ks. She comes with experience. So when she was living in New York, you won a triathlon, and you're actually a referee for what is it? The Ironman. So she comes with a lot of experience, and I just want to thank you on behalf of the city for all the work that you put in for Camp Leavenworth. We could not do it without you. We could not have such a successful run without you. So on behalf of the mayor, I give you the Mayor's Award for Community Service in recognition of your continued outstanding contributions to Camp Leavenworth 5K. Your volunteer efforts once again inspired hundreds to participate in this fun, healthy event, attracting visitors of all ages and abilities to the city and the festival. Your creativity and dedication continue to exemplify the very best of Leavenworth. So thank you so much. Speech.
Oh, I'm no stranger to a microphone. I expect all of you to take part in the 5K. It'll be in September of next year. It's really, really fun. We had 350 people this year, plus another 150 spectators. So it gets bigger and bigger every year, and it's really a blast. I also want to thank commissioners and, of course, Madam Mayor for their support this year and for helping promote the run. Also, commissioners-elect. I saw lots of them down there working volunteer shifts, and when I put out the call for volunteers, they showed up. Really, really lovely. Thank you so much.
You'll just read those. It's up to you.
We have a few amazing service awards to give out to employees of Leavenworth. Are they getting are they coming up for, are they here? Oh, they're not here, okay.
You just read them.
I just read them, okay. Our 10-year awards goes to Chris Parr for Parks Foreman. Our 25-year awards go to Sean Kell, Fire Safety Officer and Health Inspector. Bill McKeel, Fire Admin Battalion Chief 3, Fire Marshal for 25 years. Justin Stewart, Project Manager for Public Works, again, 25 years. Karen Wilk, Telecommunications Specialist, 25 years. My gosh, that's 100 years of service right there. And then a 40-year service award goes out to Karen Parker. She is a senior accountant. Woo, 40 years. We would also like to recognize the following individuals for their milestones achievements listed. 15-year service for Isaiah Maher, Fire Captain 2. Les Klein, the Animal Control Supervisor. And then 20 years of service goes to Steve King, Solid Waste Equipment Operator 3. Andrew Youngins, Fire Captain. Our fire department has some real longevity. I love it. James Beardsley, WPC Operator 1. Christopher Simpson, Fire Captain 1. Clinton Marsh, Fire Driver, Operator 1. Larry Hundenshake, Fire Captain. Matthew Nickel, Police Sergeant 2. Michael Menard, Fire Captain 2. And Andy Brinker, Police Sergeant 3. And for 30 years of service, we'd like to thank Becky Beaver, Operations Assistant Superintendent, Interim Superintendent. And 35 years service goes to, drum roll, he's in the room, Pat Kitchens, Police Chief. There he is. So thank you to all our dedicated city employees for your service. And is the Lynch family here yet, Monica? Are they here? No. Do you see? Can they get through? They're not here yet? Okay.
No, ma'am.
No? Okay.
Okay, I'll just, yes, ma'am.
They're here? Okay. It's probably hard to get through.
They're waiting on my mom to get here.
Can some of them come up? Because we gotta
We gotta move on.
move on. Is any of the family that wanna come up? Come up.
Yes,
Come on up. Here we are.
my sister's actually running away.
That's okay. That's okay. You mind accepting on her behalf?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for coming. All right. The City of Leavenworth to do a proclamation for Impaired Driving Prevention Month. Whereas impaired driving remains a leading cause of preventable injuries and fatalities across the United States, claiming thousands of lives each year and impacting families and communities nationwide. And whereas the health and safety of Leavenworth residents remain a top priority for the city, and the city supports efforts to reduce preventable injury and loss throughout the community. And whereas the holiday season brings increased travel and social gatherings, making December a critical time to raise awareness about the dangers of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. And whereas law enforcement agencies, health professionals, community organizations, and local residents work throughout the year to educate the public, promote safe transportation choices, and prevent impaired driving. And whereas the City of Leavenworth values the ongoing efforts of its police department and regional partners who work to reduce impaired driving and keep roadways safe for all who live, work, and travel in our community. And whereas responsible choices such as designating a sober driver, arranging alternative transportation, or planning ahead can save lives and prevent tragedies. And whereas the people of Leavenworth benefit when each of us commits to safe and responsible practices and through encouraging responsible decision-making. Now, therefore, I, Holly Pittman, Mayor of the City of Leavenworth, for about 2 more minutes, hereby proclaim the month of 2025 to be Impaired Driving Prevention Month. You mind? This is, you want to talk about?
Hi, my name is Dennis McClear, and I'm here on behalf of my niece, Miranda Lynch. I really didn't have nothing to say. I didn't even know what was going on. Surprise, everybody. But we all appreciate this very much. And the whole thing is we know everybody have people drink, right? Just know not to get behind the wheel. And I want to thank you guys all.
Absolutely. And Miranda, you can find her memorial there on 4th Street.
Yes, yes, yes.
She was hit by a drunk driver how many years?
4 years ago,
4 years ago.
yes.
So we
4
wanted
years
to,
ago.
her mom reached out to me and wanted to bring light to this holiday season. So just please, if you're gonna drink, have a sober driver.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, consideration of the previous meeting minutes. We're going to be looking at minutes from October 28th, meeting from November 7th, the special meeting on November 12th, the special meeting on, and on December 4th. And I think that's it, all of the meetings. We're going to need a motion to approve all those minutes.
I move that the meeting minutes of all those aforementioned meetings be approved.
Second.
All right, motion's made. Second, we'll begin voting with Commissioner Hingela.
Aye.
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 All right, motion passes. All right, second consideration ordinance. We'll start with second consideration ordinance 8273 for the special use permit to allow automobile sales in zone I-1 district at 1512 South 2nd Street.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Yes, that's exactly as you described it. So this item went to the Planning Commission and was recommended for approval. City staff also supports, and we have had no public comment since first consideration.
All right, any questions?
No.
All right, it's a roll call vote, so we'll begin voting with Commissioner Martin.
Martin, aye.
Bowder, aye.
Pittman, aye.
Jermaine Wilson, aye.
Hingula, aye.
All right, motion passes 5-0. Next up is second consideration for ordinance 8274. It's a special use permit to allow home occupation R16 zoning district at 813 Kickapoo Street.
Again, this was presented to the Planning Commission. They did recommend approval. Staff was also in support of this item, and we have had no public comment since.
All right, any questions for the commission? No. All right, this is also a roll call vote. We'll begin voting with Commissioner Hingela.
Hingula, aye.
Wilson, aye.
Pittman, aye.
Bowder, aye.
Martin, aye.
All right,
Thank you.
motion passes. All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, since time is coming to near to do the office oath for the new commissioners and the seating of the new mayor and mayor pro tem, we want to give a little time in our agenda to thank our outgoing commissioners. I know personally it's been a pleasure serving with you. So we're gonna take each one of you and roast you. Just kidding, we won't do that. We wouldn't do that.
You'd be all
But-
night roasting me.
But let's start with you. We're going to start with Commissioner Ed Hingela. I just want to say, I wrote these notes so I wouldn't forget. Ed has been a steady and thoughtful and trusted voice for our commission. He has decades of service, which include from all the way to military. He's been in the theater to city leadership. And he shows in the way he approaches city government. I noticed that everything he does with patience, professionalism, and a genuine desire to do what's best for our residents. Ed's always calm. His leadership style is very calm. He has a deep understanding of our community and unwavering respect for the process that has been invaluable in the work that we do. And I want to thank you for your years of service in the military. I want to thank you for your 4 years of service here for the city government and serving on the commission. And I want to thank you for serving the people of Leavenworth. I am grateful for the time that we have served together. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this is just a thank you from the city of Leavenworth. You even get the key. I'm not sure what that opens. might be the bathroom. I don't know, but
That's open and available.
thank you so much for your service. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Next up, I have Commissioner Griff Martin. Griff has brought a sharp insight, analytical thinking, and strong problem-solving mindset to his time on the commission. I have always loved you ask the best questions. You have such thoughtful insight, and I really appreciate and have really enjoyed serving with you. You dig into the detail, you ask tough questions, and you consistently focus on responsible budgeting and long-term planning. Griff has also served as mayor once during his tenure, guiding important conversations and elevating thoughtful, informed decision-making on behalf of the city. His dedication to fiscal responsibility and transparent government has helped shape the future of Leavenworth, and I appreciate that. Griff, thank you for your service and your commitment to our community. I really appreciate all the work that we've done together just in the short time I've been in the commission and in what you've done before, and thank you so much for your dedication to our city.
Thank you.
Again, another key.
43 years.
We're gonna have to find out where these open later.
Exactly. You know, I'll find out where.
So, Jermaine has been a powerful example of servant leadership in his time through the commission. His lived experiences has given him extraordinary ability to connect with all types of people. And if you know Jermaine, he's your friend. I was driving down Broadway just yesterday, and I looked over, and there was Jermaine at the mission, passing out food, always serving, always serving. But he has used those gifts to champion second chances, to mentorship people. There's so many people in the youth and adults that he's mentored in our community, and he's given opportunities to people when they've needed it most. Jermaine has served as mayor twice, leading with his heart, with conviction, and a deep commitment to always uplifting our community. You know when Jermaine walks in the room, hey! And I'm going to miss that hey coming into the commission meeting. But beyond his public service, Jermaine is like a true brother to me. Someone who has been loyal to me and my family when I needed it most. So thank you. He has integrity and he has heart, and I deeply value him. His leadership, his empathy, and his passion have left a lasting impact on Leavenworth and everyone who has the privilege of serving with Jermaine. So Jermaine, thank you for your dedication to Leavenworth. It has truly been an honor to serve with you. All right, before we turn it over.
Made it, y'all.
Before we turn it over to the commission, is there anything Ed, Griff, or Jermaine would like to say? Ed?
It's been an honor for 4 years, and I wish all the new commissioners, I wish you great luck, great success, and guide our city well. Thank you.
And I'd just like to say, you know, I definitely appreciate working with everybody up here last few years, and it's been good. I think it's a very healthy thing. You all have heard me say this before, that if we don't all see eye to eye on everything, that's healthy. And so I've learned a lot. I've worked with a lot of really good folks here on city staff. And, you know, David and Scott, it's been a pleasure working with you guys. The professionalism you bring is excellent. Sarah and Penny, I'm looking at folks I see out here right now. I definitely appreciate working with you all. And Chief Kitchens, Chief Birch, definitely appreciate everything you guys have done to serve our city. But thank you for allowing me to serve in this capacity. It has been a pleasure to serve our citizens. And I just want to say, you know, you've heard me say this before. This is truly the people's house, and we are here to serve you. And you never forget that you have the final voice on what happens here in our city. And as long as these walls are standing, you have a voice, and always remember that. With that, again, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, the 8 years of public service, I do have a farewell speech.
As you should, as you should.
First, giving honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Today I celebrate 15 years of freedom. And on this special day, I also say farewell to the Leavenworth City Commission. It has been an amazing 8 years of public service. I've learned a lot from each and every last one of you all. Nancy, Holly, y'all my sisters. Sarah, I appreciate you for always keeping your door open, allowing me just to be able to come in and vent and cry and all the above. Man, to Scott, I appreciate you, and the Chief Kitchens, and David, thank you all as well. I had the opportunity to serve as 2 years as mayor and 6 years as a city commissioner. When I first joined the commission, my mission was simple. I wanted to bring hope to the city and also establish unity within our community. During my 8 years of service, I experienced some great moments, traveling to DC. My first plane trip, I'm up in the sky, I look down, I think it's smoke underneath the plane. Paul tells me, no, those are clouds. And being able to speak to lawmakers and lobby on behalf of the city of Leavenworth, and even being on national television representing our great city and just encouraging people that with God, all things are possible to those who believe. And I even experienced some dark moments. I lost 3 siblings during my time I served on the city commission. I lost my brother Jimmy, my sister Charlotte, and then most recently I just lost my little sister Joyce. Those are some of the darkest and most painful moments in my life. And there was days I wanted to give up and walk away. But this community refused to let me fall. The community carried me with its prayers, support, and words of encouragement. And that's why I sit here in this seat today, because of each and every last one of you all encouraged me, believed in me, and supported me, and continuously pushed me forward. Thank you for being a community that supports and stands with those who need strength. A community that invests in its people is a community that transforms lives and makes a difference. This community made a difference because it chose to invest in someone who didn't understand politics, but understood what truly matters the most, and that's serving people. This community made a difference by electing someone for their purpose and not their past. This community made a difference by choosing someone who wasn't trying to be a politician, but they chose someone who was just trying to genuinely make a difference in this community. Because this community believed in him, he discovered not just his worth, but his power to make a difference with his voice. Thank you for allowing that person to be me. Thank you to the first city of Kansas. Thank you for being the first city of my second chance. To my beautiful wife, Jessica, and my beautiful children and my grandbabies, that's her that's crying. Thank you for the sacrifices you made. Thank you for every time that we was in Walmart with all of our kids and constituents came up and bombarded us and talked about potholes and late trash pickups. You didn't go off. You weren't extreme. You were cool, calm, and collective. You just gently walked off. But seriously, I really thank you for always believing in me, for always supporting me, and for always seeing my potential. And you will always be my #1 supporter. So please, let's give a round of applause to my beautiful wife. Y'all just giving me some time to save my tears. Hold on. To my mom and dad and all of my siblings, I just want to say thank you for introducing me to God. That was the greatest gift that you could have ever gave me. But I also think that you cursed me by naming me Too Short. But today I stand tall and proud, and I want you to know that your prayers did make a difference. To my fellow commissioners, my current commissioners, past commissioners, and upcoming commissioners, serve with your heart. Continue to be the voice for the people that elected you. Don't allow politics to disrupt what we're doing as a community. Continue to vote with your heart, be the voice for the people. And for each person, I've learned so much from each and every last one of you all. Thank you for challenging me. Thank you for encouraging me. And thank you for allowing me to be the best version of myself. And thank you all for never wanting to change me. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but today I am holding on to this beautiful moment. God bless, and remember, with God, all things are possible. And I know it's not traditional to pray, but nothing about my journey has been traditional. I want to close out with this prayer if you all don't mind.
Yeah.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just come humbly, Lord, before your throne of grace, thanking you, Father God, for each person, Lord, that has said yes, Lord, to the calling of serving this community and meeting the needs, Lord, of our people. I want to say thank you, Father God, Lord, for just blessing me, allowing me, Lord, the opportunity, Lord, to be your hands and feet, to serve those that are in need. Thank you, Father God, Lord, for the gifting and calling, Lord, on my life. And I thank you, Father God, Lord, for each leader, Father God, as they, Lord, is getting ready, Lord, to enter, Lord, into this chamber and serve and represent the community. Help them, Father God, Lord, to lead with love. Help them, Lord, to see people as people and not as mistakes, Father God. We pray, Lord, for our community. Help us, Lord, to be a community that loves unconditionally, serve one another, but most of all, Father God, let us be a community that keeps you first. I thank you, Lord, for this journey. I thank you, Lord, for my fellow commissioners, and we pray, Lord, for the upcoming commissioners. Thank you, Lord, for what you have done in our community. Love you with all of my heart, mind, body, and spirit. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Leavenworth City, yay, yay!
There it is. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and say goodbye to our old commissioners and say hello to our new commissioners. So if I can get the commissioner-elect to come up, we will go ahead and have the 2025 elected officials' oath of office.
Yep. So, Madam Mayor and Commissioners, tonight we'll be administering the oath of office for our 2025 elected city commissioners. Per city code, at each regular city election, there shall be 2 elected commissioners for a 4-year term and 1 commissioner for a 2-year term. The candidates receiving the largest and second largest number of votes shall be elected to the 4-year terms, and the candidate receiving the third largest number of votes shall be selected for the 2-year term. Rebecca Hollister and Joe Wilson will serve 4-year terms expiring on December 11, 2029, and Sam Maxwell will serve the 2-year term expiring on December 14, 2027. So at this time, I invite our commissioners-elect to the front of the dais where we will administer the oath of office. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear.
That I will support.
That I will support.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of Kansas.
And the Constitution of the State of Kansas.
And faithfully discharge.
And faithfully discharge.
The duties of City Commissioner.
The duties of City Commissioner.
Of the City of Leavenworth.
Of the City of Leavenworth.
State of Kansas.
State of Kansas.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
All right. So now you need to find your seats.
So you're on this side. Sam is on the end. My back. And then Rebecca and Holly will switch in a minute. So.
And with that, do I pass the gavel to the, what, not yet?
Not quite yet.
Oh, not quite yet.
All right. We got a brief minute.
She's taking over already. I'm sorry.
All right, so now we have the seating of the mayor and mayor pro tem and the claims reviewer nomination. So in 2024, the City Commission adopted Ordinance 8239, amending the City Code of Ordinances regarding the selection of the mayor and mayor pro tem. During the November 2023 election, Nancy Bowder received the second most votes and was nominated to the mayor pro tem position in 2024 and has been serving in that position. During the November 2025 election, Rebecca Hollister received the most votes. So she will then be serving as the mayor pro tem, and Nancy Bowder will be serving as our mayor. Their terms will be December 9th, 2025 to December 8th, 2026. So the only position we need to have a nomination for is our financial claims reviewer. So if you two wouldn't mind switching, then we can handle the financial.
Do I pass the
claims.
gavel to her? Like, you want it, am I staying?
You wanna do it,
Ceremonial
just do it.
poster?
I didn't know.
You'll switch.
Am I gonna switch with, okay.
Yep, sorry. You want a little bit of musical chairs.
That's all right. We gotta play music. I haven't moved in yet.
It's okay.
Also Jermaine, I don't know if he's still here.
I'll make sure to get
Yeah.
to him. He's left. Just there. Maybe text him to you.
Grab all my stuff.
We knew this was gonna happen. It always does, so.
Okay, now we're set.
Okay, we ready to go?
You take over.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. I would like to recognize, welcome new commissioners, first of all. Do I have to gavel in? I don't have to gavel in
No.
again.
We're still open meeting.
We're here, we're here. Okay. I want to recognize our mayor. Do we have? Yes, okay. I wasn't sure about this tonight. Okay. Aw, there you go. You get your own gavel.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Hold it up.
Oh, hold it
Yeah, we will.
Thank you, Nancy. And congratulations to you, Mayor.
Thank you, thank you. The first thing I want to say is thank you to the service that you provided to us over the last 2 years. You've helped me out a lot because of the illnesses and other things that have gone on since I've been here. But this past year, having you as mayor, I know you were known as the cheerleader for Leavenworth, but you have been a cheerleader. You have opened up communications greatly through this past year, and I think that's been your number one accomplishment, really. Plus the fact that you have unbounded energy and you are everywhere. You're literally everywhere. During Camp Leavenworth, you were at everything, helping everybody out, and you've just been wherever you were needed and more for this year. So, Mayor Pittman, I really, and we'll still call you mayor because you've been mayor, so we can still call you that.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You've been a cheerleader, you've been a leader, and that's what we needed and what we need in our community every time. Like I said, everywhere, all the time, you represented us well in DC. You've represented us well with regard to all the challenges we've had this year, and you've helped all of us commissioners be better. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Now, just a couple of comments as mayor. This is my third time being mayor. I've been here, I think, about 11 years now. But it's my honor always to serve the city of Leavenworth and serve our citizens. We have so many things going on right now, and I'm very happy to see our new commissioners on. We are a very, very commission. All of us have a special talents that we bring to the table that are different. So we're really glad to have all of you here, and I got a lot for you to do, girl.
Good. I'm so ready.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem, yes.
So
I got
ready
a
to
lot for
learn.
you to do. So, anyway, some of the things that I want to see happen. I'd like to fill our empty buildings downtown. I'd like to, as far as economic development goes, our goals, we want to strengthen partnerships with our members and staff of Main Street, Chamber, Port Authority, and encourage all businesses and entrepreneurship in our community to help us grow. We need to have affordable housing for the people who work in this town. And we need transportation in order to help with economic development, to get things going in our community. We need to strengthen our infrastructure, especially our streets and our storm sewers. We're glad to have you on here, since you're knowledgeable about that, Mr. Maxwell, Commissioner Maxwell. That's going to be hard. The streets and storm sewers are probably one of our biggest challenges in the city because we have an old city, 150-year-old sewers that are failing, and so that is a big problem for us, and we're really working with that. I also want to involve our youth in our process here, and I hope that Rebecca will help me with that. At one time, we had a youth advisory commission, and they did all kinds of things, besides just have meetings, they actually did fun projects and had a government day. And with regard to that, I would like to also involve the county and school boards with a government day.
That sounds good.
Possibly, to do something different. Finally, I want to keep all of our elections nonpartisan. I know it's difficult to do, but look around you. We have Democrats, Republicans, unaffiliated, Kansas United, but we all work together as a team. And we all need to work together as a team to take care of the issues in our community. And those are some of my goals. There's many more, but those are some of my goals for the coming years. So thank you for putting your trust in me and for voting me for mayor. Thank you.
Yay. Public comment.
And now we have public comment.
We need to do the
We need
claims.
to do the financial claims.
Oh, I'm
review.
sorry. I would like to nominate Joe Wilson as our claims, it's not adjuster, claims.
Financial claims reviewer.
Financial claims reviewer for the coming year. Would you accept?
I will accept.
Okay, we have a second?
I'll second that.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting with Commissioner Wilson.
Aye.
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 All right, 5-0, we got it. Okay, next we have public comment. And any of you that want to leave, you're welcome to, or you're welcome to stay. We love to have you here enjoying our meetings, and they are always very different, so they're very interesting, so. But thank you very much. Public comment?
Yes.
Let me turn this heat off.
First up, we have Rick Hammett.
Oh, we get that. Yeah, we'll trade with you later.
Here we are again. It's been a quick year. Time flies when you're ungodly busy.
Your name and address, please.
I'm Rick Hammett. I live at 202 Fawn Valley Street. Thank you, Ms. Nancy.
Thank you.
All I've got tonight is a list of facts. Core Civic applied for a special use permit in February, promising to be a good partner to the city. Then when the people of Leavenworth had something to say about that private business decided it didn't need a permit anymore. When we had something to say about that, y'all listened. Now we're on lawsuit number 4, and since Judge Krause has laughed those clowns out of court, they're back with their tail between their legs. How many hundreds of thousands of dollars has Core Civic wasted so far, remembering that we have 2 live cases and a state-level appeal running, trying to ensure that we didn't get to stand in this room tonight? I'd rather not think about how much money, because it makes me a little sick, but y'all tell me if that sounds like a good partner. Let's hit some quick highlights from the last year. They filed a countersuit after 11 p.m. on the 4th of July, the day before hearing before Judge Bryant, to manufacture a little gotcha moment. They sent cease and desist to local opposition for the high crime of dissenting. They filed so many spurious motions before Judge Bryant that he had to remind their lawyer, Taylor Houseman, in open court that they were wasting everybody's time and money. Then they called in the DOJ to try and run us over before Judge Krause. Thanks for suing when we asked. See it through, hold the hearings, give them the same fair shot everyone deserves, and then in March do us all a favor and run Core Civic out of town.
All right, next up is Hartzell Gray.
Hi, Madam Mayor, distinguished commissioners. My name is Hartzell Gray. I live downtown. I do a lot of work here in Leavenworth as well, and I speak on opposition of Core Civic and Core Civic's rush to open. It cannot be separated from ICE, the barbaric and inhumane treatment of ICE, and the current administration's increasing violence and unconstitutional immigration enforcement. Based off of its profit vision track record, Core Civic cannot be trusted to safely manage the Leavenworth facility or ensure staff and detainees are held in safety. You will find over 2,000 signatures opposing this reopening. The vast majority of undocumented and documented immigrants are hardworking people who have lived and worked here for years and who can successfully navigate the immigration cases in their community. Core Civic has a long history of pervasive civil rights abuses, medical neglect, and sexual assault. I repeat, pervasive civil rights abuses, medical neglect, and sexual assaults. So we stand with this community and what they have been calling for, the abolishment of ICE, but also we are here to demand so much more. In addition to the abolition of ICE, we must completely dismantle the infrastructure that made ICE possible. grant full citizenship to those who they have targeted, and put its architects and enablers in a Nuremberg-style trial to be held accountable. And it is because of this outpouring of support that you see in this room for our immigrant families that I and everyone else here in this room believe and know that we will win. Thank you so much.
Next up is Esme Sung.
Oops, sorry. Premature.
What was it?
She's coming.
She's coming.
There's a lot of people.
Yes.
Hi, thank you so much. Esme Zung here on behalf of the ACLU of Kansas. As I did in February, I point to CoreCivic's track record of human rights violations in, to quote a federal judge, the hellhole of a facility here in town and across the country, such as in Tennessee. I also now refer to the lawsuit that was just filed a month ago in federal court by the ACLU's National Prison Project on behalf of immigrants at the California City Detention Facility over unsanitary conditions, inadequate food and water, extreme cold, enforced isolation, excessive solitary confinement, life-threateningly inadequate medical care, neglect of people with disabilities, religious rights issues, and denial of access to legal counsel. So these are all issues that are likely in Leavenworth. We've actually seen them here before. And they're part of CoreCivic's way of doing business. You all know this. As a Kansan and on behalf of the ACLU affiliate in the Free State, I urge each of you to refresh your memories about the stories of Dylan Reed, Marcia Levering, and others from this very facility in Leavenworth. For 10 months, and at every decision point, CoreCivic has taken the most cynical and aggressive and bad faith option in their legal filings and responses to the city, in their appeal, in their lawsuits in state and federal court. I urge you to please remember the posture CoreCivic has taken this past year and the kind of partner that they've been to this city, to please ensure that the terms pursued in this permit are robust, thorough, and protective of the safety and well-being of every detainee, staff member, and Leavenworth resident. As a couple of examples, this SUP can absolutely require that CoreCivic maintain staffing levels above a certain threshold. It can also require that CoreCivic compensates the city after a certain amount of emergency response needs. And after you've put those standards into the SUP for how CoreCivic should operate on your land, please also remember that you cannot trust them to be honest with you. We need safeguards against that dishonesty, which will require thorough and consistent oversight and auditing of CoreCivic by someone other than CoreCivic. You all are here on the council clearly in service to your community and to make life better for the people of Leavenworth. You're obviously here for reasons beyond the paycheck and the profit margin. That is something that the decision makers of CoreCivic will never understand. So I urge you to never forget this quality in your corporate partner and to use your power in this SUP process and beyond accordingly. Thank you. Make the time.
James Gilchrist.
Hi, my name is Jimbo Gilchrist. I'm from Kansas City, and I'm here tonight to ask and encourage you to continue defending Leavenworth from the historic mismanagement and negligence of CoreCivic, and to do what you can to block CoreCivic and ICE from opening a detention center here in our community. As a young infantry officer, I spent a year in Iraq at the height of the surge. I don't normally go around announcing my service or saying I'm a veteran, except in my poetry, and that's just me working through trauma. I don't advertise my service because I hate the responses, the thank you for your service, the instant elevation to hero while not actually wanting to hear what I have to say. It's a kind of patriotic patronizing. But I mention my service tonight because in talking with the buddies I served with and a wider network of veterans through Veterans for Peace, and in light of my own experience, this past July I spent a week in the high-risk suicide wing of the VA psych ward after snapping an immigration court in Kansas City. I can say with confidence that the actions of ICE are re-traumatizing a community of veterans that was already estimated to suffer over 150,000 suicides over the next decade. That number will only increase as ICE continues to patrol our streets, hunting down people who, like the Iraqi families I saw in the Sunni Triangle, were simply born in the wrong time in the wrong place in conditions most Americans can neither imagine nor fathom. These immigrants have done what they had to do to try to build a better life for their children, and they saw that better life in America, which in theory should make us proud. Yet I, like so many other veterans, am racked with the shame of seeing that this is what I served. So if you don't care about the immigrants, at least show you care about the people you constantly call your heroes. Work to end what is traumatizing us, because it is really killing us. And I'd like to share a poem called The Rundown. To be frank, I learned leadership from my buddy Frank. Frank was a warrior's warrior, a PT machine, an easy 330 on the APFT. We'd drink all night in ROTC, he still set the pace at morning PT, maxed the 2-mile run with cigarette lungs. I hear they kill. But he was blown to bits. He wore rifles crossed, tattooed upon his chest, and a Ranger tab on his dead carcass. His platoon stopped on the street. The gunners spotted something funny, called for EOD. They must have been busy. He could have sent another. He was the platoon leader. But having command is never about giving commands, giving orders to do what you refuse to do. He dismounted the truck, a string of bad luck. Frank did walk up to the IED that ripped through his side, took half his body. On that spot he died. Left his wife a widow. She was a dreamer, undocumented, DACA recipient. With a newborn daughter Frank never got to see, I learned from Frank the role of strength is to step into the breach, to protect the weak, welcome the vulnerable, the migrant as family. Thank you.
Don Steubings.
My name's Don Stubbings. I live in Leavenworth, Kansas. Good evening, Madam Mayor and Commissioners. I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I want to begin by expressing my appreciation both to the current and incoming commissioners. Your service, your time, and your willingness to hear community perspectives makes a real difference. Your work is not easy, and it's often underappreciated. My concern today is CoreCivic's application for an ICE detention center. As you consider CoreCivic's application, I want to urge the Commission to apply significant scrutiny to this application. Because what's at stake is not just a detention facility, but the well-being of a community, the safety of workers, and the lives of human beings who may be detained there. Please consider the following. CoreCivic has made strong promises of Leavenworth jobs, economic growth, and the use of local contractors. Before granting any permit, I ask the Commission to review whether those commitments have been met in practice. Because they have had a significant number of hirings here already and work completed. So ask yourself, did they hire locally as promised? Actual Leavenworth citizens? Did they use local contractors for the work that was done on that building? If the answer is no, then your answer to the permit should be no. On safety and accountability, CoreCivic has a documented history of unsafe practices. Here and other locations led to injury and even death for inmates and staff. This Commission must consider how we can trust that these past failures will not be repeated. Now, if we grant this permit, and you choose to grant this permit, I strongly urge you to require the formation of a CoreCivic accountability group. This group should include citizens of Leavenworth, independent corrections experts, immigrant attorney, and faith-based organizations who are committed to the dignity of the human person. If they fail to do so, your answer should be no. Finally, if a permit is issued, the City of Leavenworth should require a settlement with CoreCivic to cover all legal fees the city has incurred during this dispute. CoreCivic chose not to follow proper procedure and turn this into an unnecessary legal battle. Reimbursement of these costs should be a non-negotiable condition without exception. Thank you again for your time.
Mike Trapp.
it's a big night. I don't want to reiterate too much what Don said, but he came in with a heart of gratitude, and that's what I wanted to open my remarks with. On the original agenda, the preceding commission was going to hear remarks, and I really want to thank those folks who have been serving for the difficult choice of, moving forward with a lawsuit to defend Leavenworth's right to legislate land use within its borders. It was not an easy decision. Lawsuits cost money, and it's difficult. And CoreCivic was banking on the fact that we were not going to defend our rights and our law. And you defended this not only in this particular case, which I do have some thoughts about, but for all cases. And so it sets a precedent that Leavenworth is not going to allow any stakeholder, no matter how big, to roll over this city and its people and what people desire. So with as much gratitude that I have for the commissioners who have brought us to this point, I really have commiseration for the commissioners who are going to lead us forward on this fight. Tonight is a good example of how what should be a touching changing of the guard for family and friends turns into a large political charged event. In our defense as community members, you all knew what you were getting into when you decided to run. But as a former local elected official, I know we run for all kinds of reasons. We have passions. We're usually mad about something. For me, it was, why do I live on this busy road and there's no sidewalk? And we find that it's very hard, that it's 8 or 10 years to make that the big ship turn slowly. So I don't think this was the reason that anyone ran, but this has become the great issue that is going to face you. And so I have great confidence in your ability to work in good faith to try to get a just solution that, in the best possible world's negotiated solution is probably best. But the real difficulty in this is that you're going to hear testimony after testimony about the fecklessness of this corporation, their history of violations within this community that has risked and endangered citizens, that brought detriment to our community, and this consistent track record at their facilities across and coming out of the field of legal combat. So it's going to be a daunting task to craft something that everyone can get behind and agree to that protects the interests of the community. I wish you the best of luck, and I have the utmost confidence in your ability to do so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark Schuler.
Good evening. Mayor Bowder, congratulations.
Thank you.
Commissioner Pittman, thank you for your service as mayor. To the new commissioners, welcome. My name is Mark Schuler. I'm a retired colonel, a Leavenworth native, and the owner of the Kohlers at 600 Eisenhower Road. I want to address Resolution B-2411 that was submitted in support of the Sarbonne application. I suspect this was sold to the commission as a formality, just a procedural step to start the process. But let's be clear about what's in the application, or at least what should be in it. It's not just paperwork. It defines the scope and the pro forma that set the financial reality for this project, something that was not clearly spelled out to the commission or to the public. This legislation enabling the project contains provisions that make this potentially one of the riskiest star bond structures that Kansas has ever seen. First, the vertical construction clause. This allows star bond proceeds to build retail, apartments, restaurants, and even a hotel. This developer could get much of their building's cost covered by diverted tax dollars and could offer discounted leases, creating a structural competitive advantage funded by taxpayers. Existing business owners had to buy or lease their buildings at market rates. So this deal is directly at odds with the City Commission's own policy, which says that no incentive should create an unfair advantage for one business competing over another. Second, let's look at the attraction. To justify the risk, we were supposed to have a regional tourism draw, but on November 12th, what we heard in this room was not a concrete plan to attract 20% of visitors from out of state, and 30% from 100 miles away. It was a list of ideas, a bone museum, a hologram museum, a Santa's workshop. And look at the location. We are talking about building a luxury destination on an industrial site that was proposed as a trash transfer station and is right next to the sewer plant. First-class cities don't build their crown jewel attractions next to the sewer plant. We have a history and a standard to uphold. We shouldn't let ourselves get so eager to win that we throw taxpayers' money at a bone museum next to the sewer plant to say that we've built something. The last commission started this process. You inherited. What matters now is what you do next. I've submitted a core application. I ask you to release the entire application immediately and hold a town hall meeting. If this deal is good enough for this first city, it should be strong enough to stand in the full light of day. Release the documents. Take questions. Let your constituents see exactly what is being done. If it's a bad deal, better that the light exposes it now than after we've committed 20 years of our tax dollars. Thank you.
Logan Pinedo.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. I'm here just to make a comment about the Core Civic thing. Core Civic has already wasted $200,000 of taxpayer money trying to dodge the city. How can they be considered good partners? They systematically operate with negligible standards of care, refuse to cooperate with local police, and treat civic responsibility as optional. That's the core of the business. Protect the bottom line, sacrifice the rest of us. This is a company currently being sued for engaging in modern-day slavery in its ICE facilities, Owino versus Core Civic, Inc., and they want us to let them set up shop here in Bleeding, Kansas, a state that went to war against slavery a decade before the rest of the Union. They're offering the city a lot of money, but that doesn't matter. Our souls are in our keeping alone, and we're all gonna have to look at ourselves in the mirror. We'll like what we see much more if we don't take a chunk of change to sign off on what Core Civic would do in that facility. Thank you.
Thank you. For others who are speaking about Core Civic, I forgot to read the introduction to this, to our, if you could not repeat what others have already said, if you have anything new, then please bring that forward, but otherwise, yeah, thank you.
And I apologize if I butcher this name. It's either Angelica or Angelicia Schaefer.
Good evening. I'm Angelica Schaefer from Kansas City. I want to thank the City of Leavenworth and the commissioners and the mayor for standing firm against Core Civic's attempt to ignore local laws and rules to reopen their facility as an immigrant detention facility. I attended several of the court hearings and want to congratulate the legal team for showing that they were informed, prepared, and concise in their arguments, resulting in a win for the city of Leavenworth. However, now we know that our efforts to stop Core Civic from opening another immigration detention center is not over. Following reports from around the country about conditions in other detention facilities makes it clear that these facilities are run more like concentration camps rather than legitimate detention facilities. Oversight of these facilities by local government agencies is non-existent. Due process for the detainees is non-existent. I go regularly to the immigration court in Kansas City and often observe the procedures on the detainee docket. More and more directives come down from our current administration to make it impossible for the judges to give due process to detainees and respondents. Many respondents have no criminal records, were in in the process of applying for asylum when they were arrested. We as Americans and the city of Leavenworth should not be known for facilitating false arrest and detention of innocent people whose only desire is to find safety for themselves and their families. As an immigrant myself, I was lucky enough to enter the United States over 40 years ago as a white European, without having to go through the harrowing experience our immigrant neighbors of color are facing now. I'm from Germany, and I'm worried and horrified that my adopted country is going down the same slippery slope as my country of origin. I ask the city of Leavenworth to reject and oppose the current application of CoreCivic to open an immigrant detention center in Leavenworth. Given CoreCivic and ICE's record, the city has no guarantee that they will not open the door to a Leavenworth version of a concentration camp. Thank you.
Sister Jean Ann Pinesco.
My name is Sister Jean Ann Pinisco. I'm a sister of charity. I live at 600 Pebble Beach in Lansing, and my office is in Leavenworth. And I want to congratulate all of you for being elected and for the former. But I guess I personally want to thank the present, and I'm sorry the other ones are gone, because you made your decision to hold CoreCivic responsible for doing the filing for the special permit. And that your courage to choose that is really a witness to so many. Your decision was confirmed in so many lawsuits, and in Topeka, this last time, it really was a symbol of truth speaking to power. And you won in that end, because the court was dismissed. And so as a religious, believe that everyone needs to be treated with dignity. And I guess we want Leavenworth, it's not, now known as a prison town, but it's the only city where residents have stood up for their values and have challenged CoreCivic to follow the laws of this city. And so, as others had said, all the things that would need to be in that special permit for oversight, if that does get approved. The Sisters of Charity and many of our sisters now, they've done pastoral work in the prisons for many years throughout our history. And so if they do ask for the special permit to do and have their doors open, we would wish to continue that service for immigrants who would be housed in that ICE facility. Thank you for.
Thank you, Sister Jean.
I can't quite read the last name. Aaron starts with an A. Almos, maybe?
Adams.
Okay, that works.
Howdy, hi. I'm Erin. I'm from Lawrence, 40301, something like that, West 24th. I drove about an hour or so to say a few words about CoreCivic. So, CoreCivic is trying to open a for-profit ICE detention center. And clearly, as has this community, we have watched CoreCivic over the past several months waste the city's money and time. They've been avoiding going through the special use permit process for a little under a year now, trying to circumvent local laws and sentiment, claiming that their 30-year stint and their proud history in doing business here in Leavenworth make them above the rule of law. And now, after not getting their way and giving the city the runaround, they're pivoting. CoreCivic wants to try and say that they'll follow the letter of the law and claim a desire for due process. Across the nation, CoreCivic has repeatedly, constantly, and consistently shown a pattern of abuse, negligence, and unsafe practice within all of their facilities, for both inmates and staff. Especially here, one only has to look at CoreCivic's history in this town. It had a federal judge calling their former facility here an absolute hellhole. Dangerous and reckless levels of understaffing, callous and inhumane denial of medical care and access to lawyers. The list of abuses that CoreCivic allows extends beyond what can fit in a 3-minute time slot. CoreCivic is untrustworthy. What they've done at other facilities, they'll do it here, and if allowed, they'll do it again. Don't let it happen here, not again. We in Lawrence and all of us in the surrounding area see what this wonderful and spirited community can do, and what they show up for, and what you, the City Commission, stands for. We've seen what CoreCivic has done before, and so City Commissioners, please show up for your community, your constituents, and your neighbors. Make the right decision. Don't let CoreCivic open its doors here in Leavenworth. Thank you for your time.
Ashley Hernandez.
All right, I'll keep this quick and short since y'all have already heard a lot, but good evening, commissioners, and congratulations on your new appointments. My name is Ashley Hernandez, and I live at 1127 Metropolitan Avenue. I am here on behalf of the Sisters of Charity of Leavenworth's Office of Justice, Peace, and Integrity of Creation, and I work with them as their organizing and policy coordinator. I am here today because, first of all, I wanted to express our gratitude to the Commission for your continued efforts in court with CoreCivic, fighting to uphold the enforcement of city law. And now that they have applied for a special use permit, I ask that in your future considerations that you remember CoreCivic's past and current behavior, ranging from violations of human and civil rights when they were previously open to this year when they continuously attempted to bypass city laws, proving that they will not be a good future partner for the city. Our office urges that when the time comes, the Commission denies CoreCivic's application for the special use permit. Thank you, Commissioners.
Cameron Robles.
Hello, my name is Cameron Robles. I'm here as a concerned citizen. I just want to say thank you for hearing us out on the matter of CoreCivic. We really appreciate it, all the hard work you've been doing to fight this and stand up for all of us. So thank you very much. So recently became aware that CoreCivic applied for a special use permit to reopen their closed facility as an ICE detention center. I just wanted to come and express my support and thanks for how y'all have dealt with CoreCivic in the past, and wish to remind you all to stand strong against this private entity that seeks to bully its way into opening. We cannot allow them to open again, especially when we consider their atrocious worker and detainee conditions and abuses. In a federal judge's own words, it was a literal hellhole, excuse my language. They fail over and over again to recognize the basic dignity and humanity of their employees and detainees, putting profit over humanity. Thank you for listening, and lead with your heart.
Thank you, sir.
Rachel Thomas.
Well,
Ma'am, need your name and your address, please.
Rachel Thomas, 304 Maple Avenue.
Thank you.
While exact year-end figures for 2025 aren't available yet, it's only December, U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement detained tens of thousands, monthly reaching record high, with over 65,000 people in custody by mid-November 2025, many without criminal records as part of a significant enforcement. These were innocent and illegal raids. I want you to keep that in mind when I say the word detainee. Active lawsuits against CoreCivic are happening across this country: California, Arizona, Georgia, Tennessee, and it happened in Kansas. The lawsuits include, but are not limited to, detainee endangerment, detainee neglect, medical and more, abusive conditions, corruption. From now on, you cannot say you didn't know. So I will ask, are you full of on-purpose, unfortunate actions, or full of love? If you vote to give the special use permit to neglect, abuse, endangerment, and corruption, that is full of on purpose unfortunate actions. But I ask you to be full of love and never give any sort of permit to Core Civic. Don't make Kansas, especially this amazing town, endure more lawsuits. Are you full of love or are you full of on purpose unfortunate actions? Do I have time? I have a sincere question. Do you receive tax money while on this board?
Ma'am, the commission's not allowed to answer questions.
Okay.
For public comment.
Thank you.
Justin Young.
My name is Justin Young. I live at 25611 147th Street here in Leavenworth. I'm speaking on behalf of the Carceral Accountability Council this evening. We are a local nonpartisan organization born from this very situation that we find ourselves discussing tonight. I want to thank all the commissioners and the mayor for your steadfast leadership on this issue. Over and over again, you all have told Core Civic to file an application for the special use permit. The response to that has been excuse after excuse as to why they don't need to. Residents of Leavenworth have said Core Civic needs to file an application for the special use permit. The response to all of us, has been a deafening silence. Advocacy groups, lawyers, state officials, and on have told Core Civic, file an application for the special use permit. The response to all of them has been a legal challenge backed up by the Department of Justice. The level of fecklessness on Core Civic's part has been consistent. Look at the past decade of Core Civic's history, and if you haven't seen it, take some time to read it at some point. Many in this room have no idea the historic level of mismanagement this company has presided over. Just the smallest amount of research will introduce you to a plethora of extremely disturbing incidents concerning both inmates and staff. And these were not isolated incidents either. These happened over and over again. Again, a level of fecklessness on Core Civic's part that has been consistent. If you know, or if you want to know something about anyone or anything sometimes, the easiest thing to do is to look for a pattern of either apathy, bad behavior, or consistent bad behavior. Core Civic has had a pattern of both. While the Carceral Accountability Council has supported the city on their consistent demand that Core Civic follow the special use permit process, we do not believe it is in the city's interest that Core Civic be granted the special use permit. When an organization has willfully decided to skirt the rule of law, they have proven they cannot be trusted, and that is a risk that the city of Leavenworth should not take. Thank you.
William Rogers.
I want to offer up a little bit more than just words tonight. I want to offer you up documents that would consist of emails from employees, former employees, current employees, former detainees, and mothers of loved ones. These documents, first off, I want to say Jermaine gave the best advice I heard tonight before he left. He said, vote with your heart. I'm sorry, I'm William Rogers, 73rd Leavenworth Road.
That's all right.
Sorry.
I was gonna have Sarah take that from you so that you weren't sliding, so it wasn't
Oh,
sliding
it's
off
okay,
for you.
ma'am.
All right.
The one, I want to say, I've heard people talk about different things. You're going to be asked to vote eventually on this project. This is more than just about Leavenworth. I hear people say, well, you're not from Leavenworth. You're right, I'm not. My wife grew up here. We still have ties here. You're right, I am not from Leavenworth. I will not gain any benefits from any taxes paid or not. What I will suffer from is the like many in the metro area, the effects of this facility. You butt up to Wyandotte County, the most diverse county in the state of Kansas, 37% Hispanic. It's going to devastate our small businesses on the Central Avenue, Minnesota, those areas. But I want to say this. I can meet with you guys. I would like to meet with you. There's too much here for 3 minutes, right? And I think each one of you need to know what I have here. I experienced 7 assaults in 5 years, 3 required emergency room visits. I was stabbed. I had my head split open, 14 staples, got back to the facility, and was required to finish my shift. You want to talk about dishonesty? We can talk about it in here. And don't believe me. I want to show you the documents to prove. I've done my homework. I also want to say this. I refer to Leavenworth more as a military town than a prison town. And this is what Core Civic. I want everybody to look at this. This is just one of many. This is Miss Levering, a veteran, 7 years in the Army, beaten and stabbed to near death. What happened to her that day was horrific. But I think when you talk to her, because I can get you that conversation, you'll find how she was treated by Core Civic after the fact is far worse than what happened that day to her. I talked to her 2 months ago. She was trying to sell her furniture to pay her utilities. I'll tell you what else we can do. We can call a mother out of Tennessee who would like to talk to you. This information here is a lot of it's on Leavenworth, but it's from across the country. I've talked to families across the country. But we can call this mother and you can talk to her about her death of her son. This is his autopsy report. You're welcome to see it. She's given me permission to share it. So when we talk about what's going to happen at Leavenworth and we talk about their business practices, I didn't just read about it, I lived it. When I heard somebody say Dylan Reed, I did CPR on Dylan Reed. He died that day. He died as a direct effect to Core Civic's negligence. I was there. I know what happened. So thank you. I want to leave my card with Sarah. I would ask that each one of you take my card and reach out to me at any time you want. Thank you.
Caitlin Hammett. Just trying to speak loud enough over the claps.
Madam Mayor, Commissioners, thank you for your time. Congratulations on your appointments. As both a military and prison town, Leavenworth has a long vested interest in the ideas of honor and justice. I want to thank the City Commission for recognizing that Core Civic, with their track record of human rights violations against both staff and the incarcerated, does not embody those ideals. As a resident of Overland Park, I recognize that you are fighting for the safety of people all over Northeast Kansas and beyond. Prisons impact communities far beyond the one where they are built. And by not allowing what a federal judge termed a hellhole to open here, you stand for honor and justice for the entire KC Metro. Please keep fighting for us all, and thank you.
Elizabeth Collier.
Sir, can you tell me when the last one's going to be? Just say when the last one's
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, great.
I will be excited. Wonderful. My name is Elizabeth Collier. I'm over at 1808 in Independence. I'm coming to speak out against Core Civic, and I just wanted to come and share my personal experience with ICE. I'm originally from Los Angeles, and my father was LAPD, and his end of watch was December 20th. So this time's always really hard for me. And his absence is felt even more right now because my mom is from Peru and she has the crime of an accent. Even though that she's a citizen, I wonder every day if my mom makes it home safe. And thank God for iPhone and Find My iPhone. I'm able to check, but this doesn't feel like something that is right. This government overreach that others have already experienced in other areas feels like it's going to come to this area if you were to bring this type of energy to Leavenworth. It doesn't affect just the one city. It leaches out into the cities around it. And I'd have to wonder if it becomes no longer about taking in the bad guys and more so about taking in who's brown, who has an accent. And right now, I have to have a plan I'm a UMKC student. I'm hoping to go to med school. And I have to tell my teachers that at any point in time, I may leave because even though my mom is a citizen, I have no idea when she's taken if she will remain in the US or if she's going to just be sent to El Salvador. And this doesn't feel like anything that I would wish on anyone. And that's what I just want to share with you guys, is this feeling of fear of not knowing that I've already lost my father, if I will lose my mother to completely preventable situations. And you guys are the ones that can prevent it. And this isn't something that I would wish on anyone, let alone fellow members of my community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Christopher McDonald.
My name is Christopher McDonald, and I am a resident of Leavenworth, Kansas. Good evening, Mayor, Commission members, and community. On December 4th, I came to City Hall prepared to ask questions about the November 25th systems outage incident. I was informed by a staff member that the meeting was being moved to an executive chamber and that I needed to return tonight, December 9th, at 6 p.m. As a result, no questions were addressed, no information was provided to the public. The city first described the event as a network interruption. Yet the city's own follow-up bulletin, it was identified as stemming from a cyber attack. Since then, there has been no clear explanation of what systems were affected, what data may be at risk, or what safeguards are now in place. Leavenworth is also facing major decisions, including the CoreCivic's special use permit. When transparency is unclear on a basic security event, it raises concerns about how larger and more complex proposals will be handled. So my question tonight is simple, and I know you can't answer right now. What exactly happened on November 25th? What systems were impacted? And what protections have been put into place to prevent this from happening again? Our community deserves clarity, confidence in its leadership, and I expect that as well. And I am a resident of this town, and I am proud to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Jeff Pittman.
You get one. Not to make light, there's a very great discussions going on.
30 seconds.
It's a little bit different. Madam Mayor, my name is Jeff Pittman, former representative, former senator of this area, but more importantly, former Mayor Holly Pittman's husband. This is a beautiful thing, the civil discourse. You said, Madam Mayor, I'd like to correct, she was the best cheerleader we had as a mayor, but I'd say she was even more than that. She drove, helped lay the foundation and spearhead a lot of the development that's going to happen in the future for the, whatever it shapes into, for both Abels Field as well as the plaza. She fulfilled that idea of communication and really set up a nice system in place that citizens can get communicated with. She brought the Gin Blossoms here, which is a major name to Leavenworth, and that was a primary goal. And she became the reluctant face, unfortunately, splayed across everybody's social media for months as the voice of local control, as she was maligned by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. And that took a toll on her, took a toll on the family. There's a lot of sacrifice, but I'm here to tell you, I would have it no other way, nor would the family. These flowers are for her from the family, expressing our admiration or our pride for what she's done and the sacrifices and the places she's gone. With that, thank you, Madam Mayor, for just a little bit of a little bit of leniency. I've got my former colleague, Senator Cindy Holscher, here to give a award from the Senate to former Mayor Holly Pittman.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Madam Mayor, Commissioners, good evening. I'm Senator Cindy Holscher from Overland Park, Kansas. First off, thank you to all the citizens and advocates who came out tonight to voice your opinions. Your efforts have been noticed, and I appreciate your fight. Thank you to the outgoing members of the Commission for their service, and on behalf of the state of Kansas, welcome to the new members of the Commission. And I'm here tonight specifically to say thank you to outgoing Mayor Holly Pittman. And on behalf of the state of Kansas, I just want to say thank you for your service, outstanding service to the community, and recognize you for your steadfast support of local control, of economic development, and just the overall well-being of this community. Mayor Pittman and her husband Jeff have invested so much into this entire region, and your work is so greatly appreciated. So tonight, I present this tribute to former Mayor Holly Pittman and extend the greatest thanks to her for her service. So thank you.
And my mom's here, thank you. I don't want to take too much time, but thank you. Take pictures afterwards.
Jillian McWayne.
Jillian McWayne. Next.
All right, moving on. Avila Vermum. If I'm saying that right at all.
What was that one?
Oh, no, it looks like Olivia. Let me read it again. Olivia Vermum. No. All right. Elias Garcia. Anybody? Anybody? Okay.
Hello, and thank you for your time. My name is Elias Garcia. I'm 3816 Pennsylvania. Born and raised Kansas City. My family has roots in the greater Kansas City metro area going around 110, 120 years. I'm here today to speak against CoreCivic and their immigration facility, detainment facility. I mean, who is CoreCivic? It's a $2 billion for-profit company that specializes in detainment facilities. Over the last 5 years, they have had over 150% increase in the value of their stock, in their market cap. Despite this immense success of CoreCivic, they have continued to have a history to fail in serving their communities, let alone those they are entrusted to detain. They have a rampant history of abuse across the nation. It is no mistake that they attempted to use the courts first to push through this facility before coming to you for a special use permit. It is simply one act in a history of indifference, of fecklessness to the communities for which it says it hopes to serve. They're so bad that they changed their name in 2016 because of their history of abuse, which has been very well documented going back to at least 2011. Take their Tennessee facilities alone, which in 2021, from federal investigation, had over 200 reported assaults, over 90 sexual misconducts, 2 murders, and over a dozen deaths in a single year. Their employees have been routinely hospitalized. We just witnessed testimony accounting as much. And that leads to the next thing, right? It's one thing when they don't even handle their detainees well, but they don't even treat their own people well. They bait and switch hires with high salaries and then push them into double and triple shifts, where they're expected to cover the same amount of ground, the same amount of the prison facilities expected for 2 or 3 guards. It's illusory, to say the least, that what they say they're going to bring to the community isn't all that great. This is saying nothing of the illegal extrajudicial abuses that are now occurring in this country for the last 10 months. Just yesterday, it was revealed that detainees in Florida were experiencing the same type of treatment that the CIA administered to their own detainees in the war on terror. Imagine being put in a 3x3 box where you can't sit for a whole day under the elements of the sun, being chained by your feet and your hands because you dare to speak out for the medical care of others in your camp. Think about the number of children who have simply dropped off the map. I grew up in this area helping my grandmother clean houses. Some of those people were Jews, and they had tattoos. What I will say is that they instilled upon me a belief that we should never allow what happened in Nazi Germany to happen again. And I asked you to look around and realize, if you want to know what would happen, what you would have done in 1933, it is happening now. Thank you.
And last up appears to be Kieran Elizabeth. Looks like a king.
While the last speaker is coming up, folks, I just want to take a minute to address all of you, if you wouldn't mind. We thank you all very much for coming out and giving your public comment today. After this speaker is done, the City Commission is going to start conducting their regular business. We have a lot to get through tonight. So you're more than welcome to stick around. We'd love to have you. If you are planning on leaving after public comment, we ask that you do so quickly and efficiently. We also ask that you do not loiter in the lobby, because as you all can hear, it gets very loud. And so it's hard for us to hear and conduct business here. Again, you're welcome to stay. If you are going to leave, we ask that you do so quickly. If our police officers in the back would help us with that efficient departure, we would appreciate that. Sorry for interrupting you, ma'am.
Oh, not at all. Thank you so much. My name is Karen Elizabeth, 3633 Central. And I also just wanted to reflect what others have said and thank both the current city commission as well as the previous city commissioners and the previous mayor, as well as the legal team and the city manager for all that you've done to stand up for the rights of the city of Leavenworth. You've just been asking from the beginning that they follow the law, and I sincerely appreciate you taking on a multi-billion-dollar bully and fighting this through state as well as federal court. You've heard from much more qualified people than me who have been former employees as well as former prisoners, and can tell you all about the terrible things that CoreCivic has done here in Leavenworth as well as across the country in previous situations. I highly encourage you, before you commit to which direction you want to vote on the permit, that you seek out advice from these people who have direct experience with CoreCivic, as well as other professional legal advocates that have spoken to you both at this hearing and at previous hearings. And I once again, just sincerely thank you for standing up for the rights of your community and the people of Leavenworth for supporting you in those efforts. So thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming this evening. I do appreciate it.
Let's get this party started.
All right, next, wait for a minute or so.
I might wait a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Is there some more water?
Trevor can get you some.
There's an empty bottle right here. Sorry, Trevor.
What do you need?
Okay, no, we got it.
Thank you.
We got it.
Everybody else good on water?
in here.
Everybody got water?
We're gonna take a break.
Just a bottle.
Bryce
You
was
wanna take a
here
break?
to see that. Need water?
Let's take a little break real quick.
for learning
I think we need a motion. Need a motion.
To take a break?
I don't know. No, you can just call it.
Okay.
A temporary recess.
Okay.
Just announce what time you're gonna be back, come back in. 5 minutes.
We'll be back in 3 minutes.
7:37.
7:37. Just enough time to go.
Thank you.
back in session. Just barely, under the wire.
You did it.
All right.
What's up? Mayor's
Next
appointments?
item on the agenda.
Hey, hey, if you're my staff member, you should be quiet.
Thank you. All right, are we ready to begin again? All right, next item on the agenda is the mayor's appointment. I move to appoint to the Leavenworth Planning Commission, Mark Preisinger to an unexpired term ending May 1, 2026. Appoint to the Leavenworth County Port Authority, Jeremy Greenemeyer to an unexpired term ending March 25, 2028. Appoint to the Sister City Advisory Board, Lori Mefford to a term ending December 31, 2026. Appoint to the Grow Leavenworth County Development Corporation Board, Samantha Carpenter to an unexpired term ending May 31, 2026, and appoint Jonathan Kessler and Amanda Pierce to terms ending May 31, 2027. I need a second.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Please begin with Commissioner Wilson.
Aye.
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 It's unanimous. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, cancel outstanding city checks. Ms. Roberta Byer, our finance director, for those of you who may not know her.
Thank you.
I'm sure you do.
Madam Mayor and Commissioners, Kansas law allows us to cancel outstanding checks if they're more than 2 years old. We currently have 20 checks that are over 2 years old. This is after spending several months trying to contact individuals. We had about 40 or 50, and we were able to reissue checks to most of the people that were on the list. And then this list has been published in the paper. And if a citizen or if a person that had a check and it's no longer good, they could bring it to us and we would reissue the check. So I am recommending that the City Commission authorize staff to cancel 20 checks that remain outstanding 2 years after issuance, and the balance of the checks in the amount of $2,749.62 revert to the city fund upon which such checks were drawn.
Thank you.
Question, the Leavenworth Mission was here tonight. Why don't we just say, hey, come get your check? Can we put this on social media or?
It's in the paper,
Okay.
and they're probably watching the news, and you may call them if you like.
We can, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
because,
We would prefer to give people their money, and
Okay.
we've done our best.
Okay.
all right, yeah, because, I mean, it's $38.62, but it's money.
Mission, use it, yeah.
Mission could use it. The
Sure, we
greater-
would put it on social media. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Like,
We
I'm
would
looking at-
rather people have their money.
Okay, the Greater Munson Auxiliary, what would that be? Would that be?
I don't know.
You don't know, okay.
Any other questions?
Nope, that's good.
Any other questions? Okay, if not, this requires a motion.
I'll try.
Go for it.
I would like to make a motion to cancel the 20 checks that remain outstanding 2 years after the issuance, and the balance of the checks revert to the city fund upon which the checks were drawn.
Second.
Yeah, second. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting with Commissioner Maxwell.
Aye.
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 Good job, Commissioner. Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda, cancellation of the December 23, 2025 regular meeting.
So, Madam Mayor and Commissioners, before you tonight is a request to cancel the December 23rd meeting. Our regular meeting dates and times are set by city code, and the code allows for us to provide cancellation by the city commission. Traditionally, this meeting has been canceled due to its proximity to the Christmas holiday.
Any questions on that? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to cancel December 23rd regular meeting.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting. Commissioner
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
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 Okay, thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, 2026 cereal malt beverage licenses.
All right, Madam Mayor and Commissioners, before you tonight is the 2026 cereal malt beverage license approval. It is required the City Commission approve these each year by state statute. 18 establishments have made application for the renewal of their cereal malt beverage for 2026. The police department has performed their record checks and approved the applications for renewal. Staff is recommending approval of the issuance of the 2026 cereal malt beverage licenses as presented. And I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Okay, are there any questions?
Is this everybody?
It is not.
That's what I thought.
We always have a few stragglers,
Okay.
so they will be notified that their license is only good to the end of this year. And then we will work with them in getting them at the next
So
scheduled
we'll probably
meeting.
have a few more.
Yes, we always do.
But they have been notified.
Okay.
All right, then I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 cereal malt beverage license
Second.
as presented.
Been moved and seconded. Please begin voting with Commissioner Maxwell.
Aye.
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 5-0. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, consider amendments and updates to the city fee schedule.
It's me again. Madam Mayor and Commissioners, tonight for your consideration are amendments and updates to the city fee schedule with an effective date of January 1, 2026. The amendments and updates are as follows. During the 2026 budget process, it was discussed to add a notary fee to the city clerk's office for non-city related notary services. We are also amending the open public records fees. The Kansas Attorney General put out guidance regarding flat fees that we charge and per page fees. So staff worked with our city attorney to meet those guidelines, and those recommended costs and fees were included in the policy report. Changing the dog tag and food handler duplicate fee from $1 to $5 to try to make sure people keep those on hand and to try to recoup some of our costs for having to reissue those.
Right.
The River City community players have requested an increase to their season ticket fees. So that was a request from them for you guys to consider. And then also as part of the budget process were increases to the sewer and refuse charges. The solid waste or trash charges would increase by 8.7%. That was done discussed during the budget process. And then the sewer service charge would be increased by 3%. So I can answer any questions for all the things that you may have for me, or there are others that are here can speak to the other items that pertain particularly to their department.
I have
You guys weren't here for the earlier consideration, so if you have questions, go for it.
Yeah, for the public record cost, was there a prior cost for those? Cause I noticed others have like a strike through on the old cost, but I don't see that for the administration.
So the cost for the attorney was new. We
Okay.
charged for that. We do already charge a $20 staff fee or up to
Okay.
$20, so that was
Sure.
just for cleaning up the language.
Yeah.
And then we did change, and yeah, I see that didn't get in there. So we
That's
did
okay.
change our black and white and copies fees. They were
Sure.
25 cents. And the Attorney General came out and said those are not reasonable fees. So we worked with our finance department to determine how much one piece of paper out of a ream is, and then what our toner costs are for black and white versus color. So that is what got us to the 2 cents and the 4 cents.
It's not quite a question of reasonable or unreasonable. There's, had been prior, direction, that staff and such could charge reasonable fees for their searches and such. And so staff's always done a good job of kind of estimating hourly wages and things like that. There's some new legislation guidance that basically said you have to fix what the actual costs are. City's always usually done that for requests that you do charge for, letting them know here's what it's gonna be. But we thought it was a good idea to put these kind of in advance in notice, for people.
So we're gonna charge people 2 pennies?
You have to charge
page.
the actual cost.
Oh,
So if
per
we're gonna
page.
charge them for copies,
Per
then
page.
the city,
Okay.
per page, then
You
yes,
said
the
per
city
page.
has to actually, because if it, I mean, it could be, if it's a 1,000 pages of
Sure.
stuff, then,
Okay.
you know,
That
give
makes
it up,
more
but we
sense.
have to
I thought it
actually
was-
have that cost broken out, what the actual cost is. A lot of cities had things like $5 for the first 50 pages, and then something above it, you know, just kind of more general, and, you know, and that was the new guidance that really had to narrow it down to the pennies.
Got it. Thank you.
And then I just have a question about the notary. Is that $15, is that comparable to like UPS and like other?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, that is also what surrounding cities are charging as
Okay,
well. So we checked
sure.
with them before we decided on that number.
Okay, does that happen often, that people come and get
So
notary?
between the deputy city clerk and myself, we do about 40 to non-city, like, not for like a deer management, which is a city
Sure.
program. So non-city related notary, we do about 40 a year.
Okay.
So roughly $600.
Sure, yeah. Thank you, that's all my
Yeah, not a
questions.
problem.
Good. Any other questions on this regard? Okay, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the amendments and updates to the city fee schedule.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting, Commissioner Wilson.
Aye.
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 5-0. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is public hearing, and for the amendment of the 2025 budget, and the first thing we need to do is vote to open a public hearing. So I need a motion to open the public hearing.
I make a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll second.
Thank you. Please begin voting. Commissioner Wilson?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're open now. Next item is staff and public comments.
This policy report proposes a republication of the 2025 budget, which will increase the expenditure authority to accommodate unanticipated expenditures for the library fund and the library employee benefit fund. Kansas law requires us, if any fund is going to exceed the spending that was budgeted, we must amend the budget. The reason the library fund and the library employee benefit fund may go over budget, we don't know for sure that they will, is because we've collected more back taxes and motor vehicle taxes than we anticipated. Every dollar that we collect in taxes gets transferred to the library. This doesn't have anything to do with how much money the library has spent. It has everything to do with how much money in taxes that we've collected, and we budget to the penny on the library fund. So it's very common that the library fund would have to have an amendment to their budget. A notice of public hearing for amending the budget was published in the Leavenworth Times on Wednesday, November 26, 2025. And staff recommends that the 2025 budget for the library fund and the library employee benefit fund be amended as proposed. This proposed amendment requires no additional tax levies.
Okay. Are there any questions first? And then is there anyone from the public who wishes to comment on this?
Can I just clarify, like, just make sure I
Questions, yes.
Yeah, okay. So this is like, because we might collect more revenue and just in case the library does want to spend that revenue, is that right?
No,
Okay.
we must transfer any revenue that we collect.
Okay, I see.
So we don't control the library spending. We don't know if they'll spend the money
Okay.
this year or next year. But if we collect the money, we must transfer it to them.
I see.
And we're very close to going over budget. And
Sure.
we will get one more distribution of taxes for the library before the end of the year.
Okay.
So we may go over budget.
Okay.
Because we'll have to transfer that money to the library.
Perfect, that makes sense.
Under state law, we're passed through.
Okay, gotcha, that makes
It's
sense.
entirely
Right.
revenues, it's not expenditures.
Okay,
Right.
perfect.
Okay.
That's probably why there's no one here about it.
Okay, any other public comments or questions? If not, I need a motion to close the public hearing.
I move we close the public hearing. I'll second.
Okay, been moved and seconded. Please begin voting. Commissioner Maxwell.
Aye.
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 All right.
Aye.
All right. Now, I would consider, or call for a motion to consider amendments to the 2025 budget.
So moved. Can I do that?
Yeah, as presented. You
Yeah,
can say
yeah,
that,
yeah,
As
yeah.
presented, okay. A second?
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting with Commissioner Wilson.
Aye.
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 Okay, that is done. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is Resolution B 2412, Planners to Tenant Account Write-Off. Hello, Ms. Kim.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners, new Commissioners, welcome. My name is Kim Portillo. I'm the Director of Planning and Community Development, and in that role, I also oversee the Planners Building. So today in front of you, you have a resolution to consider account tenant write-offs. So essentially what happens is when somebody abandons the program and Planners staff can no longer contact them, or for whatever reasons they're unable to pay their account, we do have to do an end-of-year write-off, which is basically an accounts cleanup, and it's something that's required of the program as part of our HUD regulations and their guidelines that they put forth to us. So we have two accounts tonight that we are asking for that to be done with. The first balance due is $1,633.63, and the second is $1,472.71.
Any questions on that?
How often are we doing this? We do this every year?
Once a year, at the end of the year, this is a
Is
typical
this
process.
normal of the amount that we normally?
Yes,
see?
this is normal, and I'll also add a caveat that we may get some of that money back into the planner's account. So for example, if that person shows up again and tries to apply for a different HUD program like home ownership, or if they try to get different HUD help in the future, they will make sure that they're accounted for and that they pay us back before they can do any other programs through HUD. So a lot of times we still get that back because in the future they request more assistance.
Okay, any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and write off the
Uncollectible
tenant rents from planters.
Second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay, been moved and seconded. Please begin voting. Commissioner Maxwell.
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next item, bids, contracts, and agreements. Consider the city commercial insurance package 2026.
I have my piece of paper
We need to have-
somewhere. Apparently put it down. All right, Madam Mayor, Commissioners, before you tonight is the consideration of our 2026 insurance renewal package. Each year, in conjunction with Mike Riley of the Riley Company, we review the renewal or possible bids for insurance coverage for the city. This year, the renewal quote for the 2026 package included coverage for both travelers and Chubb. This, as indicated in the policy report with the premium summary, does account for a 5.9% increase. 5% was budgeted every year for an increase in these services, so that extra 0.9% will be paid for out of reserves. Mr. Riley is here to discuss the ins and outs of insurance, and go over any questions you guys may have about our insurance renewal.
Do you want to appear at the podium or here?
Have a seat.
Here.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, members of the
Good
commission.
evening.
Thank you for your time tonight, and congratulations to the first commissioners of your meeting. Your first meeting, you get to talk about insurance. How lucky are you guys?
Right.
I know that Sarah sent over the proposal for the renewal of the property casualty insurance program out to all of you, and I can tell you that it is very large, it's very in-depth, and it's very comprehensive. It takes into account all of the city's property and liability risk associated with running the city. As opposed to going coverage by coverage and page by page, I thought I would give you a broader look of kind of where we have been and where I think we're going with the program that might be more substantive for tonight. You know, with insurance, it's different than buying trucks or paper or anything material. You are buying a promise, right, from an insurance company. And that promise is only as good as the insurance company itself. That promise is if you pay your premium per the policy language, deductibles, limits, and everything else, they will pay for bad things that happen, right, with your account. Fire, hail, windstorms, tornadoes, auto accidents, lawsuits from professional acts associated with police or operating the city, decisions that you make are just some of the bad things that are covered under this program. Again, that promise that the insurance company makes to the city of Leavenworth is only as good as the carrier itself. And, you know, over the past 20-plus years that we have worked on the city's insurance program, we've really done, I think, we've really tried to do our best to put the city's insurance program with an A-plus rated carrier, an insurance company that is highly rated from a financial standpoint and a claims paying standpoint. And I think we've done that. Over 20-plus years, we've only had 2 insurance companies in different stages. We've had Travelers for about 14 years when I first started working for the city. We transitioned to a company called One Beacon and Intact for about 9 years. And for the past 5 years, we've been back to Travelers. Travelers has been the gold standard for insuring public entity risks over the past 25 to 30 years. A++ rated, and not only that, in the state of Kansas, they are one of very few limited insurance carriers that will write public entity business across all lines of coverage, from your basic property coverage all the way to your professional acts associated with law enforcement liability or public entity liability. For most of those years, both carriers, Travelers and Intact, have been very solid, and they understood and continue to understand insuring public entities and the budgets associated with insurance public entities. Your budgets are very steady, right? They don't typically have wild swings. As a result of that, we've traditionally seen very modest premium increases, usually 3 to 5%, and depending on losses and depending on the insurance climate, we have in fact seen some premium decreases over the years. However, over the past 3 to 4 years, the insurance marketplace has seen a drastic shift in claims, catastrophic losses associated with wildfires, tornadoes, hurricanes, hailstorms here in the Midwest, to the extent that the past 3 to 4 years have been the worst financially in the insurance market history. So, given that insurance companies are in the business of making money, we have seen over the past 3 to 4 years premium increases associated with those really difficult years. And they've been drastic. They've been closer to 20 to 30% over the past few years, with really nowhere to go. Insurance carriers diving out of the states, diving out of the Midwest. You have seen and heard, if you live on the coast, California, State Farm will no longer write any risks in the state of California. If you have property in the state of Florida, it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to get insurance coverage depending on where that property might be. And so we have seen some substantial premium changes. Not only that, we've seen policy language changes. Really here in the Midwest, the major challenges have been with wind and hail for large property risk like the city of Leavenworth. About 4 years ago, it became industry standard where the insurance companies put wind and hail deductibles, specific deductibles tied to that specific claims or those specific claims for your property. Not only is for the city of Leavenworth, but you and all of us in the room will see that if you have not seen that on your homeowner's insurance premium. You will have a deductible for every other risk, but you will have also a specific deductible of 1 or 2% or a higher deductible associated with just wind and hail. Why has this happened? Again, drastic increases in catastrophic claims, weather-related, fire-related, affecting property rates, alarming increases in jury awards all over the country when it comes to lawsuits. You know, claims that used to start in the $150,000 or $200,000 range are now being settled and talked about initially being settled at $1 million plus. So there's been a drastic run-up in premium over the past couple of years. So our task was to try to solve for that, recognizing that insurance comes around every year. We typically go out to market for the city of Leavenworth's insurance program every year. Having said that, there aren't a lot of insurance carriers in the marketplace to go to, especially when you look at covering an entire program as comprehensive as the city of Leavenworth. Out of the gate, Sarah mentioned some numbers. Travelers offered a 20% rate increase on the entire account. Premiums going from $753,000 to $902,000. So we knew, based off of that, that was going to be a non-starter, right? We were already out to market, and you know, one of the carriers that we really had hopes for was Chubb. When we marketed the account to Chubb, they really were interested in the property. And I'm pleased to say that Chubb has really come through with an incredible quote, not only reducing the property premium, but drastically reducing that property wind hail deductible that I just mentioned. Currently, that's at 3%, and it's going down to 1% if we make the move. To stay with Travelers, the property premium alone would have gone up from $254,000 to $280,000. Instead, we're recommending a move to Chubb to reduce the premium for property alone from $254,000 to $192,000, and reducing that wind hail deductible from 3% to 1%. To make this move to Chubb, it reduced the overall premium down to about 9%, and then we offered staff some additional recommendations to increase some deductibles and some of the other coverages, and it landed on that 5.9% that Sarah mentioned. Staff took advantage of three of those potential options. So that's kind of where we're at from a renewal perspective. Again, Class A companies, Travelers, and Chubb are two of what I would call the gold standard in the industry. Looking forward, I will tell you this. Over the past several months, we've discussed options with staff, ways to continue to tweak the insurance program for the city in ways that I think could be beneficial. However, some of the changes that we've talked about are a very large shift of mindset and strategy when it comes to insurance, where the city would be taking on more of the risk in exchange for significantly reducing insurance premiums. Having said that, when you accept more risk, you could end up, in fact, costing yourself more in the long run. So it would be more of a total program shift, more towards self-insurance or partial self-insurance, and away from what we're calling this now as a guaranteed, fully insured program. I really think, as we look forward, and I've talked with Sarah and Scott, and, over the next several quarters, I think it's going to make a lot of sense for us to try to get in front of you at study sessions to talk about this potential shift of strategy. And what that could mean, not only from a premium savings, but also from a risk perspective. So for right now, this is a guaranteed cost program. Pay the premium and the carriers will cover the claims outlined in the policy subject to deductible and the limits. And so with that, we're recommending the move to Chubb for the property and staying with Travelers for the balance of the program. We do have a couple of small ancillary coverages that are insured with different carriers, some very specific carriers, things like cyber liability. But with that, that's our recommendation. I'll be happy to take any questions.
Do we have most of these increase in deductible? Or you said increase in deductible. Are some of these increase in deductible, or are you talking about the future?
So we did take advantage, we provided staff with 3 options to add some, or to change deductibles on different coverage points this year. So we are going to be adding a property damage deductible on the general liability policy. So if you damage property, someone else's property, let me say that,
right,
out of the course of your operations. Imagine a bobcat, you're working on the street and you back into a building. You damage someone else's building, you're gonna pay the first 10,000 of that claim. Right now, it's a 0, but it saves significant premium dollars. We're also increasing the employment practices liability deductible. Employment practices liability is a very specialized coverage that we cover claims associated with harassment, wrongful termination, failure to hire for the city of Leavenworth. We're taking that deductible from $25,000 to $50,000. And we're changing all deductibles for autos to $10,000 across the board. Right now, they were at $2,500 and $5,000, and we're moving that to $10,000. So those are aside from that, the only deductible change is the property significantly coming down from the 3% wind hail to the 1%. But other property deductibles are staying the same.
Okay, thank you for that. Any questions from the commissioners?
So, sorry.
Yes.
Never apologize for asking questions.
Okay. So the cyber liability, is that like the same company that's working now on
Yes, ma'am.
what just happened? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And then Sarah, is it possible to get a sheet of what the coverage is, or because I only have the premium.
The premium summary, yeah, we can put something together that kind of outlines what they all are.
That would be good to have for the new
Yeah. Thank you so much.
commission. Thank you.
I mean, we got the question tonight about the cyber. But our insurance is covering what's going on, correct?
Most of it, correct. So that the bills go up quickly in terms of what we're paying for our contractor, but yeah, we do have some coverage.
Are we gonna get a report on?
Yes.
Okay.
So the reason you have not gotten a report yet is because we haven't gotten the report yet.
Yeah, I
from
got you.
Our forensics team. We believe that this is going on all around the country and that our insurance company is backed up with many investigations. So we're waiting on them as well.
Okay.
So.
Thank you. Any other questions on this? If not, I would entertain a motion.
Let's see. I will make a motion to approve the 2026 commercial insurance package with Travelers Chubb in the amount of $797,894.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded, please be good.
Aye.
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 All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Thank you.
Consider, next item, 17, consider award of bid for housing needs assessment.
I'm excited about this.
Me too.
I'm so excited about this.
Me too.
Well, hello, good, glad to hear it. I'm back here in front of you again tonight to request that you consider award of bid for housing needs analysis study consultant services contract to Baker Tilly. The amount would be $54,500. So this was an item that city staff came to you all with in springtime and did kind of an informational session at one of your study sessions. We looked at the reinvestment housing incentive district at that time. And the first step in moving forward with that procedure is doing a housing needs analysis. So we took a step back and looked at what all should fully be included in this, more than just the RHID, but really looking at where is housing needed, what sort of things could get us to that need that is identified, and then strategies, including financial strategies and really things that we could do to get to that goal. So that would be the point of this study. We did have an RFP put out for bid. There were, I believe, 11 submittals, and we requested fee proposals from the top 5. So you can see the fees that were proposed here on the second page, and I do want to say that there's a correction in the staff report. So in the staff report, it states that this is funded 50% from the city manager's fund and 50% from economic development. We did adjust that a little bit, so it would be 35% from the economic development fund and 65% from the city manager's fund. Staff is in support of this item.
Okay.
I haven't recognized this company. Have you worked with them before?
I have not worked with them, but they are a well-known and established company.
I've worked with them before.
You have?
Well, and another thing for doing this, just for the new commissioners, having this needs analysis, I know that Attainable Housing has been waiting for this, and so are other organizations waiting to see what we come up with on this. So I'm very glad to see this start, and it's definitely a need in our community.
Yeah, perhaps we have another study session, or maybe we're gonna go on it, orientation to get the new commissioners up to speed. What?
I can try to add it to the orientation. It's already jam-packed day.
I mean, maybe further down the line,
Yeah.
we'll probably need.
I think, isn't Attainable Housing having an open house tomorrow?
So that's for our 7th Street corridor study, which I
Oh,
would
sorry,
encourage
7th
everybody
Street,
come.
that's different.
But if you come to that, I will talk to you about
Okay.
this as well. So
It was all like on my calendar. I was like, what is this? I forgot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Order study.
My only question is, so is this study kind of already on the basis of like finding out more so where RHID should be and how we should do it, as opposed to like if we should do it? Because it seems a little bit like pro RHID, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but like it says in the study that it will be, they're gonna like achieve a study that will be approved by the Department of Commerce and will allow the city to create RHIDs. So I just want to make sure it's not, like I want to make sure if they find quote-unquote negative results against that they're still going to tell us. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yes. And that is in the scope of work, is determining, first of all, if an RHID would even work, if that's the best option for us, or if there are other incentives or programs or things that are not necessarily incentives that staff or should be doing to support housing development.
Perfect.
And then if that is identified as a possible thing that would work for us, where should those be located at? So it's kind of two-parted.
But we, like you said, we can use this housing study for everything. not
Right,
just
sure,
for
other
RHID.
things.
Correct.
And it would give us a good baseline for potential grants in the future too.
Yes. Yeah, cool. Absolutely.
And this is a direct response. We've been paying attention to some of the other RHID applications through the county. Some of the issues we've heard from county commissioners is that the housing studies weren't comprehensive enough, or that they had perceived bias or whatever. And
Yeah.
so this was somewhat a response to that of let's take a step back and be more comprehensive to
Okay,
show that
good.
we've done our homework.
Perfect, thank you.
And this is looking at the whole city, not just certain areas.
That's correct.
Right, correct. Cool. I think it'll give us a really good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Any other questions? If not, I will entertain a motion.
Let's see, I'll make a motion to, where are we at? To,
Approve the bid.
yeah, the
by
bid
Baker
for, is it up to $60,000? Funding this project, okay, where are we at? Staff recommends that, okay, the city commission approve the proposed budget submitted by Baker Tilly Advisory Group in the amount of $54,500.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded, please begin voting with Commissioner Wilson.
Aye.
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 5-0, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Next time, or next item is consider bids for water pollution control division 2026 chemical purchase.
Hey, Brian.
Brian Faust, in case you don't know him, I'm sure you all do.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Commissioners. As mentioned, the item is to consider approval of purchase for chemicals used in our wastewater treatment plant. There are 5 main chemicals that we use: hydrogen peroxide, sodium hypochlorite, sodium hydroxide, ferrous chloride, and polymer. The 2026 budget includes $105,000 for the purchase of these chemicals. The bids received were similar to past years, except for the bid for ferrous chloride. This bid was actually double what we've been paying in the past. Staff does recommend the City Commission approve the low bids that meet the specifications for the following chemicals: sodium hypochlorite, sodium hydroxide, hydrogen peroxide, and our polymer in the amount of $37,000, and rejection of the bid from Technology International Incorporated for ferrous chloride. Staff will evaluate our specs and make any needed changes and rebid that item.
Why would the cost of that double? Any idea?
No idea. Our regular bidder that's bid it in the past did not get his bid in. We feel fairly confident if we go through it and rebid it, we'll receive more bids than we did the first time. I think the number will be down.
Okay.
So we also have to vote on that rejection too, right? Right, okay. All right.
You can do it all in one motion, though, I believe. Right?
Yeah, yes. Any other question? I would entertain a motion.
I will move to approve the low bids for sodium hypochlorite, sodium hydroxide, hydrogen peroxide, and polymer, and reject the bid for ferrous chloride.
In the amount?
The approved one's in the amount of $37,000, and then rebid the ferrous chloride.
You're good.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded, please begin voting on Commissioner Maxwell.
Aye.
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 Thank you. Next item on the agenda, consider award of contract for sanitary sewer force main inspections.
As mentioned, this is for sanitary sewer inspections. The city does operate 4 wastewater lift stations in town. 3 were constructed in the 1970s, and 1 was constructed in 2012. These lift stations pump sewage through pressurized pipelines where gravity flow is not possible. Aging force mains are susceptible to structural deterioration, internal corrosion, joint failures, and pressure-related issues. Over the past several years, the city has experienced several force main breaks. These failures indicate that the system is becoming increasingly vulnerable and may contain additional sections at risk of similar failures. The objective of this project is to perform a comprehensive internal condition assessment for the 4 wastewater force mains, totaling approximately 10,000 linear feet. These inspections will utilize internal free-swimming tetherless inspection equipment to identify possible defects, blockages, corrosion, and leaks. We did have an allocation in the CIP for $90,000 for this work. The funding was designated to cover this inspection. The actual cost is $105,000. However, funding is available to cover this difference. Staff does recommend the City Commission authorize the mayor to sign a contract with American Pipeline Solutions for inspection of the 4 force mains for a total not to exceed $105,000. Happy to answer any questions, and both Tim and John from our wastewater plant are here tonight too, if you have any questions for them.
How many breaks have you actually had on that line?
Will you speak up? What'd you ask?
Huh?
What did you ask?
How many breaks you've actually had on the line?
Okay.
I think it's total 4 from all 4. We've had a couple right at Eisenhower
Yeah, I
and
do remember.
4th Street too.
This is Tim Guardado. Did I get that last name right? Yeah. Tim manages our wastewater treatment facility.
This is old cast, isn't it?
Yes, except for the new one.
Except for the new one?
I believe it's PVC or some kind of.
C900.
The difference in funding, where is the 15,000 gonna come?
We actually have that within the wastewater fund. There's a
Oh,
couple
cool.
projects that we are not doing.
Okay.
That'll cover that difference.
Thank you.
Are we hoping to line it, or?
Basically, right now, we're just trying to find out where those defects are.
Okay.
And that can be the point repairs, or we can possibly do a lining. But I think more of a point repair probably.
Seems like it's very important, from what I've heard, so I'll be good.
Yeah, and this service is pretty much everything up there by Rustiac Ford and everything.
Yeah, it comes at the Hallmark lift station. It actually runs east to the east side of 4th Street. It then runs up north from there.
And there's one back by where Core Civic is, it comes up that way too.
So it services Core Civic, everything around there.
Services that way.
Okay. All right,
Well,
thank you. Any other questions? If not,
I'll make a motion for the city to authorize the mayor to sign a contract with American Pipeline Solutions for inspections on our force mains for a total not to exceed $105,000.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting. Commissioner Wilson?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Next item on the agenda, consider award of bid for Wilson Avenue reconstruction project.
Madam Mayor, I recuse myself. They are my employer.
Thank you for doing that. Okay? Okay,
Wilson Avenue, south of Limit Street, is currently, as you all know, a narrow 2-lane rural road with open ditches and no sidewalks. This project will relocate the existing water main and reconstruct Wilson Avenue to include curb and gutter, an enclosed storm sewer system, and sidewalks along the west side. The relocation of the water line is actually a 50-50 cost share. So we'll pay the bill up front. Waterworks will reimburse us for 50% of those costs. Bids were received on December 3rd, and the low bid was submitted by Line Weaver Construction in the amount of $1,225,113.70. The city will be reimbursed by Waterworks for 50%, or approximately $160,000, based on the final quantities for the project. The project is included in the CIP. As the low bid was significantly under the $2 million that was estimated, there is adequate funding available to complete the project. The low bid was submitted by Line Weaver Construction, and based on evaluation by staff, they are qualified from this work. The staff recommends the City Commission authorize the mayor to sign a contract with Line Weaver Construction Incorporated in the amount of $1,225,113.70 for the reconstruction of Wilson Avenue from Limit Street to just north of Ash Street.
I'm looking forward to this project being done. Any questions on this?
No, but I know it's been going on for
Yes.
a long time.
Yes.
So to update our new commissioners on this project, this one has kind of a particular importance to it in that there's a manufacturing company there called Zephyr that has issues with their delivery trucks getting in and out. They have requested this expansion for several years. We finally found the funding to do it. Zephyr has been a very important industrial partner for the city, and so I know they're very excited about this project because they call and ask us about it all the time. So that's the reason why this road in particular is being expanded and the work is being done.
Yes, we've discussed it a lot over the years.
It's definitely a road that needs to be improved. There's a lot of traffic on that road.
Absolutely, yes.
Was it named after you?
No, no.
And it says there could be potential for residential development, maybe, or it might be more attractive for it.
That's
So it
across
says-
the street, that is correct.
Across the street. Yeah.
The vacant land there is among our few remaining vacant lands able to be developed into subdivisions.
That doesn't belong to the VA?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious.
No.
Cool.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
I will move that we authorize the mayor to sign a contract with Lina Weaver Construction in the amount of $1,225,000, $113.70 for the reconstruction of Wilson Avenue from Limit Street to just north of Ash Street. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting when Commissioner
Aye.
Hollister. Aye.
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 All right, 4-0. Thank you.
Come
Can
on
we say something
back.
about him abstaining?
Yeah, we'll
That
put
goes
it in the
in there.
minutes that he abstained.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is consider award for bid of roof upgrades at Leavenworth Public Library.
Okay. This item is to consider award with American Roofing Incorporated for these upgrades at 417 Spruce. Bids were received on December 3rd with the low bid submitted by American Roofing Incorporated in the amount of $73,437. Based on evaluation by city staff, they are definitely qualified to perform the work. The The budget for this project was $100,000 and was included in the 2025 CIP. The staff does recommend the City Commission authorize the mayor to sign a contract with American Roofing Incorporated in the amount of $73,437 for the upgrades to the roof at the Leavenworth Public Library.
Great. Any question on this? We've known this has been a need for some time, so. Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the upgrades to Leavenworth Public Library in the amount of $73,437 for the roof.
Yeah, for a contract with American Roofing.
American Roofing.
Got it, thank you. Second.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, please begin voting with Commissioner Maxwell.
Aye.
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 Thank you. All right, consider award of contract for janitorial services for city facilities 2026.
My last item this evening.
Yes, it is.
So the item is to the 2026 janitorial services with staff recommendation for citywide facility solutions for City Hall, WPC, Animal Control, and a Municipal Service Center. Bids were received on November 25th with the low bid submitted by Citywide Facility Solutions in a total yearly amount for all four buildings of $69,540. Staff did call two references provided, which was the city of Gardner, Kansas, and the city of Lee Summit, Missouri, and discussed the number of buildings and the services that were provided. Both references were very pleased with the citywide contract and would use them again in the future. The 2026 budget included janitorial services in the amount of $103,330. The City Commission generally awards a contract to the lowest bidder. There were two bidders from Leavenworth County, Lanaway Janitorial and Queen of Clean, and both were approximately 28% higher than the low bid on the yearly cost. Queen of Clean included an additional one-time initial cleaning fee of around $15,000. Staff does recommend the City Commission authorize the mayor to sign a contract with Citywide Facility Solutions in the total amount of $69,540.
And our rule of thumb with working with
1%.
How many percent?
Our policy allows for a 1% difference.
Okay.
Now, that is that is for staff to recommend to you all. You have the ability to approve who you want, but
Okay.
Staff can only bring a recommendation within a 1% margin for a local vendor.
Got it.
I would prefer we go with local vendors if we can.
Yeah, I would too, but.
It's tough. I mean, so Queen of Clean is over budget. I don't know if is Landway janitorial in total over the budget. It doesn't seem.
No, they're at 89,000. Actually, both Lanaway and Queen of Clean were right around the 89,000.
I just thought with the initial 15,000, technically for Queen.
Puts them at 104.
Yeah. It's tough.
Any other questions?
Do we have references on Lanaway janitorial or Queen of Clean, the locals? We probably didn't follow up because they didn't have the eye.
Actually, I had, because I got this good references from the low bid and the others were 28% higher. I did not check additional references. I believe Queen of Clean provides services for Parks Department as far as some of the bathrooms. And Steve Grant was very pleased with the work that they've done.
Okay. Any other questions?
When do we have to decide this?
Right now.
Well, I know, but like, can we get references or is it too late?
I don't know if references are gonna make any difference.
Gotcha.
And we're talking about a big difference in the, and it's, it's a big difference in the amount,
Yeah.
percentage-wise. And we deal with this issue all the time.
Yeah.
When you say we deal with this issue all the time, what does that mean?
With a lot of contracts. I mean, a lot of times we get local and out of town. That's why we had to set a policy.
Obviously, I think the idea is everyone would prefer to use a local vendor as much as we can, but we also have to balance that with our duty to our taxpayers.
Sure.
And to save, where we can on that. So the reason for the policy is, all things being considered, the city would allow a 1% difference for a local vendor to be a little higher. But you don't want to get to the point where local vendors know that they can outbid their competition because they're local. And so it's a balancing act that you'll never get 100% right, but.
Yeah, and 20,000, that's a lot.
It's a large amount, but
It
it's
is.
hard to say shop local when we're not shopping local, so it's a difficult problem.
We owe it to our taxpayers.
Oh, I
And we
understand.
have to keep our taxes as we can, because we have to think about the greater number in our community, what is effective, the greater number, as commissioners. That's my belief.
Sure.
I don't have an
And it's hard.
opinion
It is hard.
on which bid you should reach, but I'll take off my city attorney hat and put on my mayor hat a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and some of my other attorney work. Some of the things that we've seen as well, goes along with exactly what Scott was saying, is that, maybe it's not this bid, but others, as you start going on, then out of town, they start bidding higher numbers, initially, because of exactly what you said as well. But you're right, it's more of an art than a science, for sure.
Any other comments or questions? Well, then I'd like to entertain a motion.
We can make a motion. I'll make I can make the motion to authorize the mayor to sign the contract with Citywide Facility Solutions in a total of $69,540 for the 2026 Janitor Services at City Hall, WBC, Animal Control, and the Municipal Service Center.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Please begin voting with Commissioner Wilson.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
Okay, that's 3-2. Thank you very much. Okay, I will move to approve the consent agenda. I move approval for claims for October 24, and next time you'll do it.
Oh, that's right.
For October 24, 2025 through December 4, 2025 in the amount of $3,901,265.18. I suck at this. Net amount for payroll number 22 effective October 31, 2025 in the amount of $433,306.38. No police and fire pension. Net amount for payroll number 23 effective November 14, 2025 in the amount of $424,449.10. No police and fire pension. Net amount for payroll number 24 effective November 28, 2025 in the amount of $433,130.68. Includes police and fire pension in the amount of $7,753.58.
You did it.
I need a second.
I'll second that. That's a lot of
Griff
word
would
jumble.
fly through that.
He
like,
would have. I mean,
like
too
it's
fast.
crazy when I watch.
I can't do that. Okay, begin voting, please, Mr. Maxwell.
Aye.
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 Okay, that ends everything completes everything on the agenda. Mr. Peterson, do you have anything to add to
I've got a couple things. I'll be very brief. First of all, on behalf of city staff, I want to welcome our new commissioners, and I want to congratulate Mayor Bowder on your mayorship, and also a big thank you to the outgoing 3 commissioners for my wonderful, great year that I had with them, but also for the great years of service that they provided the city prior to my getting here as well. Couple of things for you all. First of all, I think you guys, all the new commissioners, got your paperwork done with Lana. Yes. If you didn't, make sure you reach out to her. If you have not gotten your laptop yet, please reach out to me tomorrow and we'll schedule a time for you to come in and get that set up. And we will also get you a key fob to get into the door of the building.
I think we got the fobs.
You guys got the fobs, all right. Then
But not the
ignore that
laptop.
part. So just reach out to me about the laptops. Second, don't forget, I've already talked to you all, but just don't forget, Monday, the 15th, that's this Monday. I reminded myself of that because I thought I was 2 weeks away. We have our all-day orientation. you two commissioners, if you don't want to do the tours, we'll have you out the door by 1:30, 1:35. Everybody else, sorry, I got you all day.
Do you have an agenda of,
We will send out an agenda tomorrow.
Okay.
Trevor sent a draft one today.
Okay.
And so we'll send it out to you guys tomorrow. But all of the meat and potatoes is gonna be in the morning up till 1:30, including a presentation by David on core coma training. And then the afternoon will be the tours of various, not all of our facilities, so if there's individual ones you wanna take, but we'll get the Justice Center, one of the fire stations, the waste, or the WPC, and go from there. So,
okay,
that's all I have.
thank you. Commissioner Maxwell, do you have anything tonight?
I'm looking forward to working with city staff and you guys. I'm ready to get to work.
Thank you.
I will echo that. I'm extremely grateful, so excited. I'm so excited to learn from you. You've been here for so long, and I'm really excited to get to work. So just thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Mr. Wilson.
Man, this, for our first meeting, this is a lot tonight.
Yeah.
They aren't all like this.
They aren't
What
all.
are we at, 2 hours and
2.5
33
hours.
minutes?
Yeah, we
This
knew
is,
it was gonna be.
It's
a
interesting
marathon.
though, you definitely feel for everybody and trying to understand everybody's position and trying to understand where everybody's coming from so that you can make smart decisions. And then it's unavoidable that you're gonna upset somebody at some point, but I'm excited to be up here with you guys and working in it, and working with the city staff.
Former mayor?
Welcome, everybody. Yay, we're so glad you're up here, so glad you're here. I just want to thank Scott for holding my hand last year. I suppose we held each other's hand, you were new too, but, and then I want to thank the city staff. I mean, the reason why you guys run the city, the reason why we're so successful is we have great city staff and employees, and thank you for that, appreciate it. Just wanted to get an update. Where are we at with getting turn this way signs on the street for Delaware?
Oh, yeah.
Have we moved on that?
The one-way, don't go down Delaware signs that they
Can
requested.
we put them on spray them on the street that say?
You can do that, the problem is people don't pay attention to what's on the street and they're covered with snow.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
did actually go out, our traffic technician, and look at all the signage that's out there, and everything that's out there. Everything that's supposed to be there is there. We
Okay.
haven't decided we should add more.
I was just on Delaware yesterday and I saw 2 people do it, so I'm like, oh my gosh.
Really?
Yeah, they're still doing it.
They're still doing it, so I
Is
just.
there a particular block?
Yeah, right off, it's the worst off 4th, believe it or not, and then the second one would be off 6th, so they go right, they try to go to I don't think they're going to Hollywood Theater or something, and they just turn right there, it's just really those 2.
Yikes.
We'll take a look at that.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And then I got asked, twice about the you might know about this, David, it's called 70H, it's like a new, thing they're selling, it's like a drug they're selling at the supermarket.
The synthetic opioid.
Yeah. Are we, and I kind of would like to talk to Chief about it, are we looking at maybe, I know some cities are already, there's a big article in the Kansas City Star about banning it. Could we get more information about that?
Sure, yeah,
Last
absolutely.
thing we need is another thing hitting the streets of Leavenworth.
Not good.
And then I want to thank everybody who attended. I wasn't able to go, but the Christmas market, I heard it was a huge success. And so thank you for the city staff that helped and all the downtown businesses. I heard people sold out.
Good.
And
Excellent.
it was a huge success. So
Excellent.
it's things like that, partnerships with the city and the downtown that move us forward and get people coming to our community. So thank you everybody that participated in that. I just want to give a shout out.
I just want to thank the new commissioners for running and for being here. And I think we've got a good team headed forward. And I want to thank the public for coming in and supporting us in these roles. I mean, some of them came just to support us, not necessarily for any other reason. And I thought that was very nice. And for those who came and spoke their mind, I do appreciate that. I think, we are like Griff said, we are house of the people, and that's, the people make us what we are. So thank you for all of you. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you all for all the staff, and for Scott and for Sarah. Love you all. Anyway,
we don't have a meeting now until next Tuesday, and we have a study session, right?
Correct.
Okay, with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All right, we are adjourned. All those in favor?